Guys, howdy! Today I want to talk to you about the dark side of crypto, the dark side of Bitcoin, and it's about someone who lost 65 grand. And I want to explain to you what happened and how it happened so you can learn, and hopefully it won't happen to you. If you're new here, hi, I'm Dinny from Bitcoin With Dinny. I'm not Bitcoin. We're Ireland's first Bitcoin consulting company, and for 5 years we've helped people to retire early by teaching them about Bitcoin in a really simple way so they can understand the asset and understand how to use the asset, and we help them build their own bespoke Bitcoin pension plans. We also help them to understand how they can get Bitcoin exposure into their traditional pension plan so they can turbocharge its growth. So rather than growing at 7% a year when the cost of living grows more than that, people are losing money in traditional pensions. I've talked a lot about that in the past, but a lot of people don't realise that. Our Bitcoin pension plans have had returns, no guarantee that the future will be the same as the past, but I've had returns of 50 to 100% growth. Since I started doing this, which is off the charts. So that's why I say you can retire early on Bitcoin. And we also help companies to implement Bitcoin treasury strategies into their company balance sheet, and of course, massive growth for that as well. So if you need help with any of that, go to Bitcoin With Dinny, my website. But let's get on to losing funds, because every week, I had a call like this yesterday. This call was last week, but yesterday the call, the day before the call, every day I get a call. Today I'll get a call about someone who lost somewhere. The lowest will be 500 quid, and the highest, 800,000 was the highest loss I ever had to have on a phone call with someone. And it's crap, because it gets in on me. It affects my day, but I've made peace with it now. I'm in this business 5 years, and I've made peace that my phone will ring, and someone's going to lose money, and it's not your fault, Dinny, and you can't let it ruin your day. But it does. So let's learn, and let's try and teach other people. And if you've encouraged your friends or family into Bitcoin, into crypto, this will probably happen to them, because they won't have done the work that you've done. So, there's a bit of background here, but I'm going to give you a lot of information, and if you can take on this, I think it's going to mean I get less phone calls. Well, provided many people see this, so send this to as many people as you can. So where do we start? In 2025, there's a couple of places where you can hold your crypto. I'll just say Bitcoin, okay? Because that's really what I focus on. All right? You can hold it on an exchange like a Revolut or an eToro or a crypto.com or a Coinbase and all the others, not singling out any of them. Okay? Not a smart move. This is one of the easiest ways that you lose your funds. And there's a couple of ways this happens. One, the entity goes bankrupt. In 2022, and people are like, oh, but crypto.com is sponsoring Formula 1, they're really big. I'm like, FTX was sponsoring the Super Bowl. Remember them in 2022? Second biggest platform on the planet. Billions and billions. Gone. Bankrupt. People lost their money. Okay, so the size of the entity is of no consequence of, oh, the CEO's a nice guy. Like, please don't be so naive. That was a conversation I had before in the past. I was like, all right, so not only of that, but your coins are hot. They're online. You have access to them online. So do scammers, so do hackers, and so do social engineering attacks. And this is one of the ways that I see people lose tens of thousands. Okay, and sometimes hundreds of thousands, as I've said. With social engineering, everyone thinks it can't happen to them, and the people that happen to are silly, or stupid, or naive, or gullible. I'm sorry, that's not the case. The CEO of a large exchange there, was it 4 months ago during the summer, was socially engineered, and there was hundreds of millions lost in that attack. So social engineering is going to become 100 times worse and 100 times better. And when I spoke to the gentleman who lost the 65k, and he explained the scam and how it worked, these were genuine emails from Ledger hitting his account. He thought like he was suspicious. He was checking everything. He was fully aware of everything. He was in the space longer than me. He was in Bitcoin 6 years, I think. So he knew everything. He knew about the scams. And he was checking everything. But this was such a sophisticated social engineering scam that when he was explaining to me, I was like, damn, they're good. Official emails from wallet providers. Like, you know, I don't mean just the subject line. I mean, this guy was checking them. And unfortunately, we have AI now. Just kicked in the doors. 2 years ago, it hit retail markets. And it's blown my mind. And it's going to be impossible. I met with a friend of mine yesterday, successful entrepreneur, and we were chatting about AI and how it's going to impact business, and we're having a discussion. And my prediction is that within the end of 2026, you will not be able to tell if you're talking to an AI or not on the phone. You won't be able to tell, okay? So, you know, all the companies that are building this into their companies, you won't be able to compete with them, because they're going to have, let's say they're trying to sell your product. This is a side point, but I think it's important to understand this. They're trying to sell your product. You're talking to their sales rep, but you're talking to an AI. But you're not just talking to any AI. This AI happens to be better than the world's best human sales rep. So you're going to buy whatever that thing's selling, you're buying. So just telling you, that's how the world's going. And you should build it into your business, or you won't have a business in the future. So the social engineering is going to get 100 times worse. And therefore, if your coins are hot, if they're sitting on exchanges, and you've got the risk of the entity blowing up, and you've the risk of you being socially engineered, hacked, or phished, or just making a mistake, it's crazy. Okay, and the same goes for if you've got single point of failure wallets. You know, in 2020, the done thing was, you got your Ledger or your Trezor or whatever you're using, you're all in on their hardware, you're all in on their software, but it's still single point of failure. So you can still be socially engineered, and that was what happened here in this case, is that the guy, now fortunately for this guy, he was smart enough to understand that his Bitcoin was super precious, and we helped him build an institutional grade custody standard so he couldn't lose Bitcoin. So he couldn't lose the Bitcoin in this arrangement, so he was smart enough to know that. But we don't do it with XRP, we don't touch Ethereum, we only build this plan for Bitcoin. And it was XRP that was stolen. And it was stolen because it was held in not a hot wallet, sorry, a cold wallet. It was in cold storage, and it was just a sophisticated social engineering scam. And unfortunately, this stuff happens every day, and it's going to get 100 times worse, because AIs, we don't have to have humans ringing you now. We don't have to have humans emailing you anymore. You can just set up a social engineering plan for an AI, plug it in, and it'll run the scam to 100,000 people an hour, every hour, for the rest of eternity. And it'll get better with every call and scam that it makes. It'll just learn and get better, okay? And remember, all these exchanges, they've all had hacks. And when I say hacks, I mean your personal data, your email is out there, your phone number is out there, your address is even out there in a lot of instances. So when these people contact you, and they will contact you, they have all your information. And how are you going to know if you're talking to the genuine company or not when they can actually get you emails from the genuine company? It's just a minefield. And that's why if you're Bitcoin, if you're doing the strategy that we encourage and teach, and none of this financial advice, I'll never give financial advice, won't give you tax advice, won't give you legal advice, nothing like that. Just my thoughts from working in the space, from building in the space and helping people to get things right and retire early. FYI, some of our clients have already retired early, and some are well on their way. Some are semi-retired. Some, like me, love working. So all these things will get so much worse, and we must protect ourselves because our emails are out there. Everyone has all our information. So if you need help with your custody, give us a call. Max on my team does free consultations with people to teach them to go through what you're doing and show you how we can optimize it and improve it for you. If you're like me and taking our strategy, and your Bitcoin is your inheritance plan, okay, it's your pension. It's how you're going to retire. It's how you're going to fund your lifestyle in the future, or it's what you're banking on to give up work early. Well, guys, the space has moved on. This is 2025. Yes, in 2020 we could, you know, get a hardware wallet and write a few words on a piece of paper and hide it in your house and think that that's secure. It's like the space has moved on from now. You don't need to do that. You don't need to take these risks anymore. You don't need to leave your coins in exchange. You can set up your custody so it's on multiple continents, believe it or not, and you can have it time locked, and you can have all sorts of security protocols so that you're not reliant on one hardware. You can lose one hardware and you don't have responsibility of having all these. Like, some people do multi-sig, and then instead of looking after one hardware, they're now looking after 2 or 3. It's still single point of failure. They are the risk. They still have the ability to lose all their funds if they die. Like, we've had 6 probates, and that people have passed away unexpectedly, and thankfully, because they've been our customers through our structure, the Bitcoin is always able to be passed on. And with normal people, I get phone calls all the time from people who aren't my customer, and it's like, we don't have passwords, but we have a device, we know we had Bitcoin, can you do it? And the answer is always, no, I can't. Unless this stuff is set up ahead of time, you can't do anything. So all this exists today. It's just most of retail don't know about it. So if you've done the hard work, if you've figured out why you should own Bitcoin, you've managed to accumulate Bitcoin, you're accumulating Bitcoin through all these dips and volatility. Don't stop there. Figure out how you can never lose it. Start holding it the way institutionals hold it. Start holding it like a professional. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe if you'd like to learn more. I'm on the way to the office to set up these strategies. Have a super day. Thanks for being here. Dinny out.